Good morning students, myself Dr. Shirisha, Associate Professor from CSE Department, MLR Institute of Technology. In this session, we will see what are STRUTS tag libraries. In the previous session, we have covered what are the different frameworks. So, in this session, I will cover the tag libraries. Coming to the second one, bean tag library. Here we are giving the tags with respect to Java beans. So one is a cookie. Cookie is to store the temporary variables. So that is given in the API javax.servlet.http.cookie. So in the previous sessions, I told you what is session and what is cookie in terms of PHP. Whereas if you wanted to discuss with respect to servlet or with respect to JSP also, the cookie is same. Cookie remains the same. So whereas in JSPs or servlet, if you want to extract and use these cookies, all its APIs and methods, all its APIs will be in this package javax.servlet.http.cookie. From the incoming request in a JSP scripting variable with a page scope. What is this page scope is? In JSPs, you have, JSP is a Java server page. So here you have a different directives. So you have a directive. If you wanted to use this, we use a page directive. Inside the page directive, you can extract the or you can write the cookie. Define. Used to store reference to a new or existing object. Okay, existing variable. Okay, header. Header means used to store the HTTP header from the incoming request as a string object is in a JSP scripting variable with a page scope. Everything will be the page scope because we are talking about the JSP page here. So header is nothing but the heading of whatever the heading you wanted to send for the request. Include. Used to perform a request to a page. Okay, and store the contents as a string object with a page scope. So HTTP header and include both are used when you are sending the request to a page. Message. Used to retrieve an internationalized message from struts. So whatever the message you wanted to extract, that it will be extracted and given the JSP's output stream in the output. Okay. Then page. Used to store one JSP implicit object. Implicit object means, we will be giving something like what are the objects we have created, say $con we have created using PHP connectivity. Then if you wanted to close it, we are giving $con -close, so for closing the connection. So something like this. If you wanted to use any object or page, used to store one JSP's implicit object means internal in the scripting variable with a page scope. So everything with a page scope only we are telling. Okay. Parameter. Used to store a parameter from incoming request as a string object. Parameter means what? Whatever the values you are passing and how many parameters you are passing. So that will be sent as an incoming request as a string object. Obviously, you are passing the text. Text means what? String object. Then resource. Used to load the contents of web application and store them as a string object. Resource is whatever the page you are sending. Suppose if you wanted to use in every website will have home page, then about page, then say if you are taking a college, then you will have faculty logins, then research, departments, exam cell. So like that you will have different pages. So if you wanted to work on a single page, then what we call web application resource, and its contents can be loaded using this resource tag. Size. Used to store the size, number of elements of an array, in which java.util.collection based object and util.map and lang.integer. So these are the different packages that are required for getting the size of a particular data. Struts. Used to store the reference to the struts configuration object. Okay, reference. That is a variable page scope. Write. Used to render the value of an object to. Write means what? Write means just giving the context or content to the data to the output stream. Okay. Logic tag library. Logic means empty. So here we are writing empty tag. So whereas that is conditionally processed based upon whether or not the specified object is null. So empty means what? Null. You are not passing any value. In such cases, we can give empty tag. Equal. Equal means wherever the conditions are equals, like x equals to 2 if you have given. So if you are checking y equals to 2 is given. So if x equals to y, if you are checking that condition, that means what? Equality. This assignment. So forward. Forward means look up forward from the suits configuration file and redirects to it. So there is a particular tag, forward tag will be using in the struts. Greater equal. So greater than or equal to, or simply greater than. Iterate means looping. Okay, when the content is repeated of each element, that is iterate. Less than and less than or equals to. Match means it is matched or not, whatever the pattern you are giving. Say if I wanted to give username and that username is with 2 alphabets and 2 characters and 1 underscore. Okay, 2 underscores. Then what happens? This pattern has to be matched with the given username. So that type of thing can be checked using this match. Message is not present. So it is conditionally processed. It means wraps the content that is conditionally processed through struts. Okay. Then message present, whether the error messages are present or not empty when where the tags or data is not there, then it is empty. If the data is there, then it is not empty. So to specify that, we are giving not empty. Similarly, not equal, not match, not present. These three, by seeing the words, we can understand. Then present and redirect also same. Nested tag libraries means what? Here we have a checkbox. Checkbox means nesting enabled version of HTML checkbox tag. That means what? Just checkbox. So here all your checkboxes will be given the same name. So name will be something like C if your check you are giving. So for every checkbox input code, you will be given the name check only. Okay, so these are all nesting. Define will use in the bean tag library to define anything. Empty, again in the empty tag will give equal in the equal tag, errors tag. File will be giving in the file tag. So these are all just the tags that you are using to nesting the content. So form again HTML form, greater than. So these are all that we have discussed. Image here is just to get the image tag. Okay, img tag can be used, and image image also can be used. Iterate. This is also a logic tag. So if you see image greater, this hidden, these are all HTML tags, and there are also some logic tags here. Logic tags are nothing but whether you are checking the conditions, whether equals to, less than, greater than. So all such things where you are checking the something relation between two conditions, there that comes under the logic tag library. Then JSTL tag libraries. So JSTL libraries provide a common thread for JSP application, offering the base functionality needed for most. Means base tag will use here. So when you wanted to write some base functionality, we'll use this JSTL tag libraries. Like with the added functionality and supporting JSTL expressions to tag attribute values. So this is what core library, that is one of the JSTL tag library, and it should the tag lib prefix with C, means C colon something, C colon base. This one, the C is nothing but your library, core library. So it provides the conditional logic, looping statements, output statements, and the variable creation. Wherever you wanted to define anything, that is a variable creation. Text imports, if you wanted to import any text from any other external page, then that can be imported. There also you can use this core library, and URL manipulation also, there also you can use this. Format is format colon, we have to use FMT colon. It provides formatting dates, numbers for localizing the text messages. SQL provides tags for making SQL queries to databases. Means what? Suppose if you wanted to work with databases, then obviously the tag lib prefix should be SQL SQL colon. For XML it is just X, so that you can use it for XML documents for parsing. Parsing means, suppose if you are giving C data, this is just simply a text, but if you are giving PC data, PC data means what? Whatever less than let me give you less than HTML. Okay, if I give this in the XML, then what happens? This less than is a tag. It is not the symbol less than, expression less than. So it has to parse it. So for parsing we use this PC data. So such parsing documents and selection of XML fragments, flow control, which tag is a root tag and what are the sub tags, what are sub children of those sub tags. So all is the flow control based on XML and translation. XSLT is a language transformation that is used for styling in the XML. Okay. Then we have a core tag libraries, that is catch, choose, for each, for tokens. So these are for loops. Okay, looping statements. So catch is nothing but exception. In exception we have try catch block. By using that, you can understand that for any exception you use this catch tag. So this is derived from where? Java.lang.throwable. Throwable is again an exceptional case. Choose, marked by nested when and otherwise tags. So what to choose? Okay, when and otherwise tags. So establishes a context for mutual exclusive conditional operations marked by when and otherwise. So choose when something happens. So delete some conditional statement you have to give. If roll number is equals to 1, for roll number equals to 1, just remove or delete its email ID. Means conditional, wherever it is 1. If it is true, no, you have not to be deleted. So what happens? This choose is conditional, giving the conditional statement. So for each means iteration in terms of array. Array means collection here in struts. Tokens also similar to for each, where you will have number of tokens, and if you wanted to repeat them, then we go with the for tokens similar to for each. If condition, we know if condition, the same, well, if the condition is true, the conditional statements have to get executed. Import statement out for giving the JSTL expression, output of the JSTL expression. In JSPs, we give the expression like percentile equals to is used, equals to, after this we will write the expressions or expression statements. So this is just the output that will be received or that will be generated for the given statement. Otherwise, choose. Param means adding the parameters. If you want to add multiple parameters, we use this param tag. Redirect, whatever the destination page you wanted to go. So to go to that page, we use redirect. Remove, removes a scoped variable. Setting a new variable. URL, whatever the path you wanted to transmit, that you are transmitting. When is again related to choose. Conditional statement will be given. Format tag libraries, bundle and format date. Bundle loads the resource bundle. So this is just an nested instance of other tags in the library. That means what? Just wherever you wanted to bind the resources or load the resources, there we use this bundle. And this is format date means what type of format you want to print the dates and date or time. So those styles and patterns can be framed or defined by using this format date. Similarly, format number, currency, if you wanted to define, you can give dollar like this and followed by the number .00, that means paise, like that also you can give, percentages and all. Then message, simply to give the local message that you can give. Parameters. Parse date means string representation of date, means whatever the input that you are giving, it will get parsed in terms of date and get the output. Parse number. Request encoding. Request encoding is again, you remember if you were giving this XML tag, XML delimiter, then here we used to give encoding. Right, encoding is equals to UTF-8. So what is this? This is nothing but conversion of the text. Set bundle stores it and names scoped or bundle configuration variable. Set locus stores the given local in the local configuration. Set time zone, so you will be given a time zone, how to print the time, so that also getting stored. You are setting everything. Okay, this is also time zone. Then SQL tag libraries, we have date parameter. This is a date param. For this you need this import this java.util.date. Param, it's a SQL statement to a specified value. Query executes the SQL query, okay, for the given attribute. Set data source means whatever the set data source specifies the JDBC. JDBC is nothing but the connectivity where you are connecting to database. So those nested instances can be retrieved or can be set defined by using this set data sources wherever your data is stored. So that source we are going to give here. Transaction, it provides the nested instances, again shared connection, setup, execute all the statements as one transaction. Update executes the SQL update defined in the body. Okay, updating means what? Suppose you have given a roll number equals to 1, there I wanted to update this to 100, then we will go with this update tag. XML tag libraries, these are also most commonly used. Choosing according to the given condition. For each, where iteration has to be happen for the given collection or given array type of things. If means if of expression, according to the given condition, the that statements will get executed. Otherwise means it is a subtag of choose, like choose, otherwise they are interrelated. So in this session we have discussed so many tag libraries. Hope you all understood. Thank you all.